When FBI agents finally got Jeffrey Dahmer to talk, they asked him one question nobody had asked before. When did you first know something was wrong with you? He said he was around 10 years old, not when he committed his first crime, not as a teenager, not as an adult, 10 years old, already feeling different, already sensing something in him wasn't normal. So the real question isn't what Jeffrey Dahmer did, it's what happened to that 10-year-old boy in the first place, because here's something people rarely talk about. Many serial killers didn't start as monsters, they started as children growing up in environments nobody should have survived. Dahmer grew up in a home filled with constant conflict. His parents had an intensely hostile marriage that eventually collapsed. He later described long periods of isolation and emotional neglect, completely alone for hours, sometimes days. Ted Bundy grew up surrounded by family instability and identity confusion. For years, he believed his mother was his sister. He eventually discovered the truth in a deeply unsettling way. These aren't excuses, but they are explanations, and there's a difference. When a child grows up in a home full of fear, the brain adapts. Researchers studying childhood trauma found that chronic abuse and instability can significantly alter brain development. Children raised in these environments often show hypervigilance, emotional dysregulation, and impaired impulse control. Their brain is learning one lesson over and over. The world is unsafe. Stay alert. Survive. And when that survival mode runs for years during critical development, it changes things. The systems responsible for empathy, emotional regulation, and healthy attachment may not develop normally, not because the child was born broken, but because the child never got the environment those systems need to grow. But trauma alone doesn't create a serial killer. Millions of people survive terrible childhoods and never become violent. So what pushes certain individuals further? Researchers noticed another recurring pattern: humiliation, not just abuse. Humiliation, bullying, rejection, public shame, social isolation, experiences that create overwhelming feelings of powerlessness. For some already shaped by trauma, these moments can become psychologically explosive. The need for control grows, and in rare cases, violence becomes a distorted attempt to reclaim it, not random, not meaningless, but psychologically connected to helplessness and domination. And here's the part that haunts me most. It didn't always have to end this way. Studies on childhood resilience found something remarkable. Just one stable, caring adult can dramatically change a child's developmental path. One teacher, one coach, one relative, one person who notices, who provides safety, consistency, and attention. That single relationship can become powerful enough to alter long-term outcomes. Researchers documented cases of siblings raised in nearly identical abusive homes. Same parents, same house, same chaos. One spiraled into violence, the other built a stable life. Sometimes the difference was surprisingly small: a mentor, a coach, someone who believed in them, one person, that's all. Which means for many dangerous outcomes there was once a window, a real one, where a small act of human decency could have changed everything. Now let me be clear. None of this excuses what serial killers did. Nothing justifies the suffering they caused. But if we keep treating serial killers as monsters who simply appeared out of nowhere, we miss the actual story. And more importantly, we miss the warning signs happening right now. In schools, in homes, in children already showing similar patterns. Children who are not yet beyond help. Children whose story is still being written. The scariest thing about serial killers isn't what they became, it's how ordinary they looked at the beginning, and how different the ending might have been if just one person had looked closer.